$34,000. That was your salary at 23. $187,000. That's your salary now. Same car. Same one bedroom. Same $9 haircut place on 4th Street. Something about that math doesn't add up to most people. To you, it's the entire point. Here's what happened in between. At 23, you make $34,000. Working an entry-level job you got through a temp agency. In a one-bedroom you share the parking lot of with 11 other units. You spend basically all of it, because there isn't much left over not to. Rent, a used Civic, groceries, the occasional night out. Nothing lavish, nothing left over either. Your dad worked 40 years and retired with almost nothing. Not because he made bad choices exactly, but because every raise he ever got quietly turned into a bigger truck payment or a slightly nicer vacation. And by the time he needed the money to actually be there, it never had the chance to grow into anything. You watched that happen for 18 years before you had the vocabulary to name what you were watching. At 25, the first real raise lands. $39,000. $5,000 more than last year. You don't feel it hit your checking account, because it doesn't. You'd already found the setting on your 401k that auto-escalates your contribution by 3% every time your pay goes up. You check a box once, you never touch it again. The raise routes itself into an account you don't look at, and your actual spending stays exactly where it was. At 27, you get promoted. $52,000. $13,000 more than 2 years ago, and this is the raise that almost gets you. You spend a Saturday touring a one-bedroom with a dishwasher and in-unit laundry, $400 more a month than your current place. You picture yourself living there. You're one signature away from it. You don't sign. You go home, bump the auto-escalation up manually instead, and stay in the apartment with the laundromat down the block for 4 more years. You couldn't have explained why, exactly, at the time. It just felt like giving away something you hadn't decided yet that you wanted to give away. At 29, another raise. $58,000. Same routine. The number moves. Your life doesn't. At 31, you switch jobs entirely. $71,000. A $13,000 jump in a single afternoon of negotiating. You take a coworker's advice and ask for more than feels comfortable. They say yes almost immediately, which tells you that you probably could have asked for even more. You use part of the signing bonus to fix the Civic's AC, which has been broken for 2 summers. You do not use it to replace the Civic. The distinction feels important at the time, in a way you can't fully articulate to anyone who asks. You still get the $9 haircut. The place raised prices to $11 that year. You don't flinch. At 33, another raise. $79,000. You've now more than doubled your starting salary, and your rent has gone up exactly once, by $60, because your landlord raised it, not because you chose to. You've been dating someone for a year by now, and she does the math out loud one night, not accusingly, just confused. You make good money, objectively, and none of it seems to be going anywhere she can see. You explain the auto-escalation, the account she's never seen the balance of, the version of your dad's story that started all of it. She doesn't fully get it that night. She gets it completely, 18 months later, when your job gets cut in a reorg, and neither of you loses a single night of sleep over it, because 11 months of expenses were already sitting there waiting for exactly this. At 35, you get promoted into management. $98,000. Almost 6 figures, and your new boss says something at a team dinner that sticks with you. A comment about how you could probably afford something nicer than that, nodding at your car, half joking. You laugh along. You don't correct him. Explaining that nicer was never actually the goal would take longer than the joke was worth, and it would sound like bragging either way. Here's what this doesn't mean, in case it's starting to sound joyless. You do spend money on things. 1 real vacation a year, no budget ceiling on that specific week. You've stood in expensive restaurants in cities you couldn't have afforded to visit at 23, and you didn't think twice about the bill. You buy good coffee. You replace the mattress that was older than your job. The rule was never spend nothing. It was let the target move to places nobody can see. A better retirement account instead of a better car. A bigger number on a statement instead of a bigger apartment. The upgrades still happened. They just stopped happening anywhere with a monthly payment attached. At 39, you switch jobs again. $134,000, a jump that would have felt unreal at 23. You still cut your own bangs between barbershop visits because you can't be bothered to go more than once every 6 weeks. At 42, another promotion, $155,000. Somebody on your team, half your age, asks, not unkindly, genuinely curious, why you still drive a car with 110,000 miles on it when you clearly don't have to. You tell them the truth. You don't have to. That's sort of the whole point of not doing it. At 45, a raise puts you at $171,000. Your 401k contribution, which started at 3% of $34,000, is now maxing out the annual limit without you thinking about it monthly at all. The auto-escalation setting you checked once at 25 has been quietly doing this exact job for 20 years. At 47, your company offers a reduced schedule, 4 days a week, a 20% pay cut for anyone who wants it. Most of your peers can't take it. Their spending grew every time their salary did, and a 20% cut would actually hurt. You take it without doing much math at all. Your spending never grew past a certain point to begin with, so a 20% cut just means the gap between what you earn and what you spend gets a little smaller. It doesn't touch anything that matters. You're 48 now. $187,000. Back up slightly after adjusting your hours again the following year. Same one bedroom, upgraded once, a decade ago, to a 2-bedroom you needed for an actual reason. You got married at 38, and your wife, the one who did the math out loud that night at 33, has been running the exact same auto-escalation on her own accounts ever since she saw what 11 months of runway actually bought the two of you. Same $9 haircut, $14 now. Inflation's inflation. Same walk-in place on 4th Street. Same guy cutting it who's cut it since you were 27. Here's the number that actually matters, though. Every raise for 25 years, redirected instead of absorbed. Every promotion, every job change, every 6-figure jump that could have bought a bigger apartment or a newer car or a lifestyle that matched the paycheck. Add up the gap. What you earned minus what you spent, invested the whole way through, and it comes out to just over $1.3 million. Not because you made unusual money. Plenty of people your age have made close to what you have, because the space between your income and your spending never closed. It just kept getting wider, quietly, every single time a raise came in, and your life stayed exactly the size it already was. Most people's lifestyle grows until it meets their income, right at the edge, every time. Yours never got the memo, on purpose, starting with one checked box at 25 that you haven't thought about in 20 years. The difference was never visible. It was never supposed to be. It's sitting in an account that's been quietly doing the actual work this whole time, growing in the background, completely indifferent to how many raises came and went without it ever once affecting your rent. $34,000 at 23. $187,000 now. Same car, same haircut place, same instinct to check a price tag before you commit to it. From the outside, nothing about this looks like a success story. That was always the entire strategy.